Alright, welcome to the channel and to the Speedy Space Marine Series. Today we're going to be looking at the Iron Hands, a legion known for their mastery of technology and bionics throughout the Horus Heresy. But we're going to get these guys on the tabletop in 30 minutes or less. All the paints you'll need will be listed below in the description, so let's get into it. Alright, we're starting off from a black primer here, and we're going to take Mechanicus Standard Grey. We're going to be applying this with the Artis Opus medium dry brush here and looking to accentuate the light lines within the model. So these are the areas that are catching the light whenever you hold your model underneath the hobby light. So it's top of the shoulders, top of the backpack, top of the arms and the outside of the legs. Drawing attention to the volumetric highlights. So we want to accentuate the shape of the model, so the cylindrical shapes of the legs, the arms and the spherical shape of the head and the shoulders. So drawing attention to these details using light strokes and light pressure. You can see I'm holding the brush quite far back to ensure I have even and light pressure across the model. You don't need to worry about dry brushing the hands here because we're going to be painting those silver or iron. We're taking our extra small Series D dry brush here and we're going to bring in some battle damage, some wear and tear on the armor. So we're bringing in some chips, some additional detail here. So we're going to focus on bringing attention to the edges of the panels, because those are the areas that are most likely to take damage. This also kind of acts as a bit of an edge highlight and helps to create a bit more structure and definition within the model. So now we're on to the metallics. We're going to take some Exhaust Manifold, Artis Opus Series M size 2, and we're going to apply all the silvers to the model. Again, the Vallejo Metal Color series is fantastic for doing this. You get a super even coat with one pass, and it's basically all you'll need whenever you're doing this. So we're going to apply it to the silver strapping across the chest. We're going to apply it to the exhausts of the backpack. Also those, I guess, silver heatsink parts at the top. But just ensure that you get a nice even coat across all of your silvers. And then we have to do the knobs or the things, the bolts, rivets on the shoulder as well. So we're just applying that in a nice even fashion. Again, trying not to hit the black armor underneath. The way I like to do it is I try to apply it towards the edges. So hitting the top edge, the bottom edge, and then fill in any space. Then just apply it to like that heatsink thing on top of the backpack and you're pretty much done. Onto the bolter, we've got to paint all the details in the bolter, so that's magazine, barrel, butt, and those additional details on top, and then we have to apply it all over the hands, ensuring that we stay true to the name of the Legion. We're also going to use Exhaust Manifold to help accentuate some of the scratches and details within the model. Because the Iron Hands have quite a dark armor color, I think this just helps to create some more definition and some more structure in the miniature. So we're focusing on some of the areas that we applied that stippling pattern to earlier and just bringing a bit more attention to some parts, focusing on the edges and bringing in some detail around like where you would normally put edge highlights. So just bring more attention to that chipping pattern. We're now going to take some Abaddon black, I've thinned this down into a wash consistency. You could use Nuln Oil or your favorite black ink for this, whichever you prefer, and just apply this all over the model. Ensure you get a nice even coat. This is acting more as a filter layer than it is necessarily as a wash. We're not too worried about it sinking into the recesses and creating more contrast. It will do that naturally, but we just want to darken down everything, just lower the value slightly just to create that darker, more ominous look to the armor. Apply this over your metallics as well to create some more definition and structure within those shapes. It'll seek into the recesses and create some separation between the components. Do this on the bolter and the head as well. Ensure you get a nice even coat over this area. You don't have to worry too much about this tinting or changing the finish on the gun casing because we used Abaddon black for that as well. We've now got some thinned Rhinox hide here and we're applying this into the metallics and also the rubberized sections of the model. This just helps create some shading in those areas and create some definition within those spaces. We're also going to apply this to the armor panels as well, so if you manage to get some outside of the rubberized areas or outside of your metallics, it's not a problem. This again is building up that wear and tear, that grim dark look, acting as rust, debris, grease, oil, anything that would normally accumulate throughout the course of the battle over our model. We apply this to the bolter as well, bringing attention to some more of the details, but apply this in a more sparing manner than you would have with the black wash that we applied earlier. We're now going to take some Mournfang brown and pretty much repeat that process, just trying to cover slightly less area than we had done previously. So again, we're applying this to like edges of the armor, places where dirt and grime and oil and all of that sort of good stuff would accumulate. So into some of the recesses and various points across the model. Again, just bringing in these warm tones helps to complement with that colder tone that we have throughout the model, or throughout the armor on the model. Just again creates a bit more contrast and some more interest within quite a dark and simplistic scheme. Apply it underneath the rivets and stuff, make it look like there's grime and whatnot dripping down from each of them, or oil dripping down. But you can see how these warmer tones are playing against the cool tones in the armor. Creates some really nice contrast and creates this rusty, grimy, battle-worn effect super quick and super easy. We're now taking some Khorne red and we're going to apply that to the eye lenses, so we're just looking to create a nice even base coat over both of the lenses. Also get that wee thing, the additional light on the top of the head for the sensor. Grab some Evil Sunz Scarlet and now we're going to add some highlights to the lenses, so we're focusing on the inner corner of the eye lens and then the lower edge. If you make any mistakes whenever you do this, just go back in, tidy it up with some Abaddon black and then repeat the first step. Now I got some Marduk yellow here, I'm going to mix that in with my Evil Sunz Scarlet and create an additional highlight, again targeting the inner corner and lower edge of the lens. Last but not least, pretty much mix whatever was left in your brush with some more Marduk yellow and then just apply a nice highlight towards the inner corner of the lens. Just creates that nice bright look to the lenses. So if it's not that smooth, don't worry about it, the titanium white will help sell the effect. So I test this on my nail first to ensure I can apply a nice dot to the rear corner of the eye. Then I brace against my hobby holder and go in confidently and apply the dot. If I need to make it slightly bigger, I just go in and add in a couple of extra dots or in the same place. Last but not least, I just wanted to highlight some more of the metallics, just bring some more definition back into those areas. So I'm back in with my exhaust manifold, my Series M size 2, and just adding in some more chips, some more definition, some more information to those areas. So bringing in some like edge highlights, some like stippling, you know, various bits of texture and detail that just really help to bring this color scheme to life. Once he's on the base, he looks like this. I think this is a very cool and fast rendition of the Iron Hands. So let's get him on the spinning thing and get that close up. Really digging this scheme, think it looks really cool. Really actually like the grimdark style that I applied to this. Not my normal kind of bag, but really digging it. Iron Hands were a very cool legion until the unfortunate events of Esteban 5, but let's not, you know, talk about that too much. So I can't wait to see your Iron Hands on the table. Can't wait to see a legion of these put together. If you've enjoyed the video, don't forget to like and subscribe. Hopefully you found that useful. If you have any comments, questions or suggestions for future videos, please drop them below in the comments. And if you want to take your painting to the next level, I have a Patreon that's focused around feedback and coaching. You also get access to exclusive guides and content. If you want to show me what you've been working on or what you've been using these videos for, please head over to the Discord and drop some pics into the whips or the completed projects. I would love to see what you've been doing. Just want to say thank you again for watching, and I'll catch you at the next one. All links can be found below in the description.